bigger than this one.
Mm.
Uh, yeah,
Yeah, it's hardly a lawn. It's just a carpet of grass.
yeah, just a carpet of grass. So yeah, and this is the waterfall area,
Mm.
which is connected with the organic swimming pool. And then the gathering areas, I wanted to show the stairs over here, which are like leading to the swimming pool from the gathering area. Yeah.
You see the steps that you have. How many steps have you got there? One,
Two,
two, three,
three, four,
four,
five,
five,
six,
six,
seven.
seven. So 7 times 250. 250 apa? 7 times 250 or 2.5.
Yeah.
Kalau
So I
4,
should.
4 is one, 4 is, if it's 4 is 1 meter. So we're talking about 1.75 meter.
So I should
Height
remove.
difference between your
Yeah.
gathering area and swimming pool. That's very, very high for a
Yeah,
small
that's very
area.
high. Yeah,
Very
yeah.
high. You only need maybe at the most 2 steps.
Yeah, 2 to 3 steps should be enough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's too high. Because one
Yeah. Okay.
step, one step, we call it riser. One step. Okay, let me draw it for you. Uh, because one step alone, this is a steps rather, not stairs. This is 1.5 high, and this is berapa ni Shikin?
Mana?
Dia punya apa step ni?
If let's say outside is 300.
300.
Standard
Zero.
300 for outside.
300.
Internal 250.
250. Right. So this is what if you, one step is 1. Bukan 1.5. Not 1.5 apa ni? 150. 150. Right? Which is 0.15 times by 7 is at least what 1 meter and a plus, isn't it? Is it no?
100 plus.
Betul dah. 7 times 0.5.
Where is the step? Where is
Ni kat
the
sini
step?
ni.
Oh, that is very high. That is
Yeah.
almost
That is very
1,
Tujuh,
2,
ada
3,
tujuh,
4,
tujuh.
5, 6, 7, 8. 8
8.
is almost 1.5.
That's very high for a small space.
Yep. So I will, yeah, reduce them to two
Yeah.
or three. Yeah, two or three.
Yes.
Okay.
Your step is 1.1 meter high.
Hmm.
I
Okay.
calculate already.
Okay. Isfar, from what you have learned or let's listen to what we Chicken Dr. Hannah commented on Science Friend. How would you improve your work?
Yeah. I think I can improve by, I think, like if I see from lawn to gathering area, I mean, I think I need to organize them a little bit more and maybe add some more variety to the trees and yeah,
Yeah, you see,
to the trees.
the space, the
Shrub.
place that you've created in that space on the left hand side
Hmm.
here,
Yeah.
they look the same, very boring,
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
exactly the same.
They
And
they
then
look the
and
same.
then and then your swimming pool you call it organic. Okay, you want to call it organic, but the way you design the organic nature, it's not very expressive.
Yes.
It looks like it's like a snake being bitten, almost half dead or half alive.
Yes.
It's got to be very expressive. Something like that, for example, something like that, right? And use the shape of the swimming pool to influence, to dictate, to inspire, to motivate. What kind of spaces do you want to create on the outside here, around that spaces here?
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
at the moment, the the character of the planning structure is not there. The spaces are basically square, and the one in the middle is not neither square nor organic, for example. And the spaces on both sides, for example, they look the same. Very, very boring.
Yeah.
There's no character. There's no flamboyance in your design. There's no style in your design. Right. So this has
Yeah.
to be redo a lot actually for it to be of any artistic quality to it.
Yeah.
I mean, the first thing that caught me was the swimming pool. Oh, boring design. The space making is very,
Yeah.
very, very, you know. You see, can you
Yeah.
imagine if something like that? If I had done that, if you start with the swimming pool, the first thing that you would have thought that this could be the place where you could put your steps into the
Yeah.
swimming pool, isn't it? That point there,
Mm.
or
Mm.
Yes.
even here, isn't it? Just by the
Yeah.
shape of the swimming pool. And when that happens, then this becomes another space. It becomes another space, right? So, and then this space here no longer becomes a square. This space it becomes like that now,
Mm.
Yeah. So like
and so on
make
and so on. Yeah,
yeah add variety to the shapes
yeah,
to the
Yes.
shapes.
yes,
Yes.
yes.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
when you add variety to the space, that space is very much influenced by the shape of the swimming pool,
Swimming pool.
Mm.
Yeah. Because
isn't
that
it?
is main
Yeah,
focus.
yeah, yeah.
Mm.
You see, even with simple space like that I've drawn for you now, yeah, it's already given
Mm.
certain character already. This is just basic shape. I haven't even thought about actually dividing the space here.
Mm.
You know, could be a single tree here, right? And this could be a shelter, as you said, for example. And over here, you got your palm tree, for example, things like that. Right. See, this is one space which I've created. Put trees and things like that. You know, you put a footpath here, for example.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
alone has given us a sense of place already to one particular
Mm.
spot or your space. And the same thing can be done with all the other spaces. You see, what I'm done here is basically what you did, what I've suggested to you, or what you have done in your first project, isn't it? Remember
Mm.
when all of you submitted this kind of space, I told you, okay,
Mm.
break it down like that, for example. You know,
Yeah. To many spaces.
no, no,
Like
just break
what?
down because
No.
if it's
Mm-mm.
just four spaces, okay, it looks like it's incomplete, isn't it? The the the
Yeah.
the, the richness, the word richness of the spaces is not there yet,
Mm.
isn't it?
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Something like that. You know what I'm doing.
Like
Okay.
yeah, you are trying to add variety. You are trying to
Yeah,
make it
variety. Yeah,
interesting.
yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Yeah.
variety and richness,
Richness.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
right? And then even here, for example, I'll also suggest to some of your friends, for example, even to the point maybe the shelter. Why don't have the shelter partly in the pool?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Like that, partly in the pool, part then is on the on ground,
Mm.
something like that.
Mm.
Isn't that
That
exciting?
is
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That is what I suggested to one of the student who PM me
Mm,
just
mm,
now.
mm, mm.
Siapa nama dia Okay. If let's say you can even don't be just macam if you have the wakaf, if you have the shelter just have to be on the ground. It can be partly in the water or it can be surrounded by the pond.
Yeah.
And then you have
Yeah.
probably you have a bridge,
Yeah.
kan?
For example,
To
your pool
connect
can
the
be in the middle.
wakaf.
Your pool
Yes.
can be in the middle.
Yes. You have to
Sorry, not
explore.
your pool. Your shelter can be in the middle. You know.
Yeah. In the middle of the
You
pool.
have you have to make it a bit more exciting, you know.
Yes, excited.
Yes,
Exciting.
a bit
Yeah,
cheeky
yeah.
as well, a bit slightly even be playful as well, with your design, to have
Mm.
and have a bit of
Mm.
fun with your design.
Also, you
You know?
also have to imagine whether you yourself want to stay at that place. If
I
if you
don't. I don't.
if you don't feel like going to that place for relaxation, then it's not enough to attract yourself to just relax there, to be there. So it's like a dream place for you. So try to
Yes,
imagine
Yeah.
that.
Mm, mm, mm,
it's so dreamlike, Isfar. Like you
mm,
in evenings you want to sleep there in the shelter. Your
yeah.
mom they said, "Isfar, come back. It's already evening. It's past Isha already." No, no, Dad. I work here. I want to do check day's work until 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I probably sleep in the shelter as well. Something like that, no, because
Yeah.
it's almost like your own
Mm,
world, no, created especially for you yourself, and you know
yes,
what it's
yes,
going to be.
yes. Uh-huh.
You know,
Yeah.
and then okay, I'll give you another possibility. You see,
Sure.
okay, let's say this is the shape of the swim, the pool that you have. This is right in the middle. What happens if the pool is located at the corner? what happens?
At the corner, then because like it is, I want it to be in the middle, because like from everywhere the pool is the main thing which is connecting
Okay,
all
all
of
right.
the
Okay.
places.
That's a good answer. That's a good answer.
Mm.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes, yes. We want to hear
That's a
your
good answer.
answer.
Yeah. But
Mhm.
if I put it in the middle, for example, it can have a different impression, isn't it, about the pool itself, about the whole layout, isn't it? But at the same time,
Yes.
it can still be seen by all the spaces around the pool, isn't it?
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
still do
like
that,
you
isn't it?
like you are in the
Yeah.
swimming pool, and you can see everything
If you are
from the
there,
pool.
Yes.
if you are there, this is the swimming pool. If you are here, you can still see the swimming pool.
Yeah.
The pool. If you are there, you can still see the pool. If you are there, you can still see the pool, isn't it?
Yeah. And from
But
pool also you
but
can see everything.
when you put it at the corner, it changes the layout, the structure of the spaces. The spaces are
Mm.
Yes.
the type of spaces are still there, but the arrangement now has been a bit different.
Yes,
Yeah.
You
exactly.
know, so these are the kind of playfulness that you have to explore, experiment. You know,
Yeah.
then becomes more very exciting, very exciting.
Mm-mm.
You know, and so on
Yeah.
and so on and so on and so on.
And what about the
uh,
Your
trees?
space cannot be so rigid. Mm-mm.
yeah.
You
That's,
have to somehow ask yourself what do you want and what kind of environment ambience that you want to put it. It can be some sort like floating ke or something. Probably some of you like macam suka you love to watch Naruto ke apa benda kan. You can imagine that
yeah.
you are at somehow something like that.
You know, it's remember,
Meditation area.
when all of you presented your first project, you know, the 2D spaces.
Yeah.
I, Madam Hannah, and Dr. Hannah, Madam Isfa, and Madam Shikil. The first time when we look at it, we know already what to give, what grade to give already.
Mm.
It's almost instantaneous. We can see, you know,
Yeah.
the creativity, the thinking behind it. Even without you speaking one word, we can almost give you a grade already just by looking at the 2D plan, or the 2D plan of your 2D spaces that you made.
Yeah.
You know, that because we could see that character already, isn't it? True?
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Yes, it's true. Remember,
Mm.
sometimes when a student, okay, whose turn is it to present their work? They put it on Google Meet. I said, wow, that's my first reaction, honest first reaction. Wow, I said, you know, and then I just
Mm.
enjoy the work without even possibly even listening to the students presenting verbally, because I'm
Mm.
so overwhelmed by the good design. This is what I'm talking about 2D, you know. Now you are doing the
Mhm.
same thing. You should be doing the same thing with your schematic plan. The only difference now, there's a proper space. It's a functional space, right?
Yeah.
And then
Right.
even more challenging, the space now can becomes a place, and the place can be expressed in 3D form. You do
Mm.
Yeah.
sketches and things like that. You know, the column that you had in your 2D space, it could be a tree. You know, the square that you had in your 2D form, in your 2D space, could be a shelter. It could be a swimming pool. Whatever. You know,
Yeah.
understand that? It's fun.
Yeah. Understood.
At the moment, I think more all of you are a bit
Takut. Mm-mm. Bit
yes.
scared to explore.
That's why you're going for the safest approach. You know, you have all the spaces, but then putting the spaces. Okay, it works. They have the swimming pool by the and so on. But no, don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, so let me be very frank and very honest and very blunt about your work. This one, I think it's boring.
Yeah.
Sorry, but it is
Yeah,
boring.
Mm.
it is boring. Yeah.
It is boring. It is boring. I'm saying it now because I want you to do something a lot better than this one, which I know you can.
Yes, yes.
When I look at your
Yes, yes.
2D and
We know
3D
you
project,
can.
I
We
know
know
you
you
can.
can.
So that's why when you presented this, I was disappointed. Do you agree with me, Isfar?
Yep. I
Okay,
am.
okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
All right. This is something
Okay,
that
student.
this is all of you should be looking forward to do, you know.
Yes.
Dying to
Mm.
do. Oh, second project so abstract. Third, first project so abstract. Second project so
Mm-mm.
abstract. But now you
But
get to taste it.
suddenly,
Yes.
uh, but
You know?
suddenly when it comes to a real project, oh,
Yes. You know,
it's
it's like
become
when you
rigid.
it's the first time when you bought a house, a brand new house, it's empty, isn't it? Brand new house.
Mm.
and you're already excited about it. But now you are going to buy furniture, landscape elements, painting, and all this, putting into the house. You are going to be more than excited, isn't it? The first time when you met the house, you're going to turn the house into a home. You know, all the 2D space and the 3D space that you've been working for the past few weeks or so is now going to become a design, a landscape space design, which all of you are eager to work with. And you should be excited with that. But the excitement doesn't seem to be manifested by the way if you constructed the layout of the plan alone. We haven't looked at the section, we haven't looked at your elevation, we haven't looked at your 3D drawing, and so on and so on. Just the 2D plan alone, it disappoints us already. Yeah? Isfar? Hello, Isfar.
Yep.
Don't worry.
Okay.
I'm not angry. You know, I'm just excited by trying to motivate you, inspire you, not only you but for everyone who's doing this particular project. And I know most of you can do a very good job. I know most of you can do a very good job. I know, based on my evaluation of your first project and your second project. But to come up with something like this, that disappoints me a bit. But I know maybe as Madam Shaki said, you're a bit afraid. You're a bit uncertain. You're a bit not sure. You know, before you were working with empty spaces, isn't it? So it was quite easy to work with. But now you're working with spaces that is going to be functional. You're going to put in trees. You're going to put footsteps. You're going to put these stairs and all this kind of thing. And then you got a bit nervous. But you know, it should not be like that at all. Have the same kind of energy, enthusiasm, right, as you had with your first project and second project, and do it the same here now. Even more exciting, even more, even more, I don't know, overwhelmed by by this particular assignment that we're given to you. Okay, everyone? It's fine?
Yep. Okay.
All right. Okay. What you can do, don't lose this one, the drawing that I've drawn on you. Capture this, copy this, and then you can rub it off, and then maybe, whatever. I'll leave it to you.
Yeah.
I'll leave
I
it
will
to you.
capture.
All right, then. Thank you very much, Isfar.
Okay, Isfar.
All right, good. I know Isfar's going to come up with something better than this one in 1 or 2 days' time.
Yeah.
Sure, isn't it?
Yeah. True.
Yes, of course.
But like, teacher, what if I wanted to look more like the day style type of thing?
This
This.
time, okay, no, up to you. Up to you. I said.
No, it's up to you.
Yeah, it's up
Yes,
to
you
I
can.
think it's not something that you must do, but it's up to you.
Yeah,
It's
but
up to
like
you.
then,
You want to have mixture of between this style and Art Nouveau. So it's up to you. Mixture. It's up to you. Because we're not going to ask you that. You are going to say. But we want to ask you what describe the character of your design. Then you say it could be modern, simplistic, whatever some of your friends have said this morning. Or you say, oh, I want this is inspired by this style. This is inspired by Art Nouveau. Okay, fine. Or something else. Or the Cubism, Art Deco. Up to you. Because now this is a personal space, personal space for you alone.
yeah.
Right? But the process of making the skill and the creativity of making spaces is something that we had in mind where we gave you the first project and the second project. Hopefully you'll be able to get that skill. Not only making spaces, but also to organize the spaces to make it look very exciting. Right? So the project this plan that you showed to us doesn't reflect the excitement of what you had in your first project. Isn't it? You look at your first project and look at your second project. You said, you yourself say, this is a different me, and this third project is a different me. Why? No, it should be the same you. All right. Okay. We got to go to another student then. All right.
Okay.
Thank you very much. All
Next, 5, 6. How many? 6, 7. 7% is raising up their hand.
Right.
Can I present?
Who's the first?
Okay.
Who's the first?
Probably
Is that
we
seven?
pick. Yeah, we pick one from Dr. Hana class.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Dr. Hana.
Dr. Hana class.
Which frame?
Can I go?
Can I go?
That's Mama Azhar. Go. Mana?
I like your enthusiasm, guys. Macam tu lah. That's what we like. Everyone is eager to show their work.
Beza, can I first?
Wow,
Beza, can I
everybody
first?
is coming like this.
Hana.
Satu.
Okay.
Which one? Which frame?
Okay.
Azab boleh.
Dr. Hana,
Beza,
please.
Beza boleh Azab pergi
Oh, sila.
terima kasih.
Okay, frame berapa tu?
Okay.
Frame 55.
Student, in the
55. Alright,
meantime,
brilliant. Okay, got it. Okay.
55, 50. Oh, okay.
Azad,
Okay,
Azad.
student, in the meantime, I did share some of the example. I did share some of the example of small garden plan in the group. So please take a look and also
Okay.
try to surf in Pinterest and take a look at how designers create their garden. Okay, so that you can have something in mind lah. After that, you can have ideas. So your outcome will not be similar to what you have seen at the example given. It will be totally different, but that is some of the example lah of how people create a small garden. Okay, next.
Okay, Azad. Okay.
Okay. Hai, Assalamualaikum
Azad,
Cik
jangan
Din.
penuh semangat, Azad.
Waalaikumsalam.
Azad,
Assalamualaikum Cik. Ya.
jangan penuh semangat.
Okay. Hai, Assalamualaikum Cik Din. Minum
Aku
sikit
salam
dan
wabarakatuh.
Dr. Hana.
Okay.
So here my I have produced 4 different conceptual plan, and all these 4 conceptual plan have
Wow. Dia ada
different
4 konsep, 4 schematic ke 2 je?
for concept plan 4.
Okay,
Okay,
konsep plan schematic ada?
2.
2 je. Okay, alright.
Okay, so all these 4 conceptual plan have different in terms of the use of space, elements, materials, and also the arrangement. So I have chose 2 of my conceptual plans to create a schematic plan. As you can see here. So overall,
You punya konsep plan ni okey lah. Apa ni? Saya suka you punya konsep plan ni. Kan
yang mana?
especially yang number one. Yang
I
number
cannot
3 pun
see,
no.
I'm still spooling. Tak nampak lagi.
Tak, you punya konsep plan saya tengok yang nombor 1 dengan nombor 3 ni. Oi. Bagus dia punya structure ni.
Nombor 1, nombor 3. Oh.
Tapi ni pandangan saya lah kan.
Okay.
Ya, okey tapi tak apa itu konsep saja kan. Tapi schematic yang kita nak tengok betul-betul ni kan.
Betul.
Okey terus maaf. Okay.
All of my garden design using a Japanese garden concept. I have selected the first and second design because the space, the first and the second conceptual, I changed it to a schematic plan because the space is more organized, and I think I can go into better detail maybe. So all the material or the hardscape or softscape I use are totally according to what is available in the Japanese garden. So all the material, all the hardscape or softscape, all the is Japanese garden. What must have to in Japanese garden.
Okay.
So that's all from me.
Okay, saya tengok dalam your second punya. Okay, actually your shelter and your tea house should be either one tau sebenarnya. Jangan ada dua.
Okay.
Ya, betul. Saya pun tadi
the tea house
dekat
kan ada
wajib
shelter
aku
or
separate.
the house kan gitu ya. That's first
Okay.
thing lah. One thing about you, I suka about you punya overall thing is the clarity tau. Simplicity and the clarity of the elements in the spaces tu. But how they in harmony with one another is something that I have to look in more carefully lah. Ya. Tapi yang saya nampak agak yang ketara sikit mungkin sekejap ya. Yang agak ketara sikit I can see contoh macam macam ni I can see this thing is happening. This line here. Kan I nampak tu. So that's good. Okay. And then possibility yang ni pun mungkin saya nampak jugalah ni kemungkinan. Ni pun saya nampak juga ni. Ya, something like that.
Azhar, you memang buat 2 schematic plan
Ya ada 2.
Saya buat 2.
Okey, sikit pula. Kalau saya cakap setengah jam ni sikit.
I'm still spooling, tak nampak.
Tak nampak lagi? Dia apa ni? Dia punya nombor 55.
Tak nampak apa-apa, dia spooling.
Nombor apa?
55.
55, sikit. Upis saya.
My screen, my row screen is still spooling. I tak tahu macam mana nak refresh.
I see. Lambat. Okay. Oh, sayangnya.
Mana tahu? I cannot see the thing.
Tak sebaik.
Madam kena refresh kot.
Refresh komputer ke kena refresh Miro?
Refresh Miro.
Refresh Miro, beli komputer baru.
Kat komputer ni memang ada buat masalah sikit. Tapi how to refresh Miro dekat mana
Ada button back tu, ada button macam
arrow
Squid
yang
Game tu.
bulat.
arrow bulat tu kan. Macam tu.
Arrow bulat. Belah
Terus
mana?
buka,
Kanan
buka,
kiri?
terus
bawah?
buka. No. Dekat terus buka kat Miro. Kan dekat atas
Dah,
kat
dah.
tempat kita punya link tu kan, yang ada URL tu kan, sebelah kiri tu ada macam arrow,
Okay.
macam
Dia
bulat.
ada macam
Kan?
arrow ataupun yang
Oh,
yang
okay.
arrow circle.
Okay.
Yang arrow circle tu boleh
dah.
juga kan?
Itu pokoknya
yang tu
lah,
lah.
orang tua ni tak tahu.
Saya pun tahu juga, saya dah
Betul.
lebih tua lagi lah.
Tiba-tiba kalau dah tak tahu macam ni terus rasa tua. Sekejap Okay.
Saya suka you punya yang apa ni lah, apa ni, siapa nama tadi?
Azhar.
I suka yang you punya yang tengah-tengah ni tau. That's apa yang pond ni? Apa tengah-tengah ni pond ni?
Island.
Island tu, lepas tengah pokok kat sini tu, sama dia punya overlapping tu just cantik lah. Kan dia satu pasangan yang just nice. Lepas tu sekali dia inline dengan apa yang bawah ni apa kat yang pathway ni apa ni? Yang bawah ni.
Pathway ni macam dia bukanlah
Oh dia ada macam apa, ada kayu atas je.
ada kayu
Dia panggil pagola ya, semua orang tak tahu tu. Saya tengok ada orang terpelanting dia panggil pagola ya.
pagola. Okay.
Tapi actually Azhar, saya tengok you punya schematic yang second one ni pun saya actually I quite like it. Dia nampak
Yang second one.
I like the second one. Dia nampak macam a different elements, different shapes all over, tapi somehow to me it merges and then your combination macam kena. Especially bila dia cakap when your concept is Japanese garden, so I can somehow imagine it with all the curves and then cuma my apa, not to say concern lah, something that I would look into is your entrance ni, your pergola ni, tapi you nak letak ke shelter tu dia macam pelik sikit.
Faham. Okay.
Okay, katalah you nak apa ni kan. Tapi I wonder why you tak ambil idea yang Zen Garden ni punya apa ni lah, dalam untuk mengstruktur you punya to structure your design, your layout.
So Zen Garden tu macam untuk guide saya punya overall ni.
Yeah, but if you look at the Zen Garden, for example, like if this is the pond that you have, isn't it?
Alright,
Okay.
yes.
Right. Then why don't you do this concept, for example, like
Zen Garden.
like what you had here kat sini? You can see this one here?
Yes.
Something like that. Why not?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then usually Japanese when they do this curve, this curve is not is very sick, satu curve yang demam ni. Dia kena yang lentok lah ni. Lebih tahu pada saya lah apa ni.
Melengkung habis.
Dia kena seksi sikit tau dia punya curve dia tu.
Faham.
Faham kan?
Faham.
Sampai boleh tengok dia tu, wow, very very sexy punya curve tu.
Faham.
Something like that. Ya, yang ni macam pisang dan
Faham.
Lepas tu dia punya lawn ni pun tengok dia yang line ni. Look the line tu. Alai. Tak ada. Dia macam ular dah kena palu dah, tapi dah apa kan?
Faham.
Kan? Ular palu lagi seksi nampak daripada yang buat ni.
Yang malu-malu je curve tu.
Weh malu-malu. Macam ni wow. Macam tu.
Okay.
Itu sebab perempuan ni suka Allah kata pakai purdah. Betul tu. Tapi dalam plan tak apa lah. Kan?
Okay. I get it.
But somehow Sikin, maybe you agree with me Sikin, from the artistic point of view, from drawing point of view, dia punya line tadi bagus
Ya.
Dia punya
kekemasan line,
kemas. For both of them apa tu. So that's satu skill tau. Itu skill tu, jangan hilang tu. That's one skill that
very neat and tidy ni.
Very neat and tidy, pokok-pokok. Wow, it's almost like you enjoy doing that graphic.
Yes, absolutely.
Betul kan?
So,
we can see that. But now it's graphic wise, okay, you're good at that, plan wise lah. But now it's start to to get the other part of the skill is actually to plan, to design the spaces tu.
Okay.
Sekarang ni you buat pilihan antara apa yang Dr. Hana suka yang which is in the second one dan apa saya yang saya yang kata for the first schematic tadi tu. Then you decide.
Okay.
Okay.
Boleh. Okay, faham.
Sebab tapi yang bawah ni saya tengok dia selalu tak nampak, dia agak macam berterabur sikit lah. Tak nampak dia punya how the things are organized. Tak nampak.
Nombor 2, schematic nombor 2.
Nombor 2 ni. I cannot see the structure. Saya susah nak dapat. Yang cuma dapat yang saya nampak kemungkinan ini je lah. Yang saya lukis tadi ni. Yang ni saya nampak.
Okay.
Sebab nampak yang ni. Ini apa benda tu tengah-tengah ni. Ini yang saya nampak. Ini je saya nampak.
Okay.
Ini yang saya nampak. Ini tengah, yang ni pula, yang ni dekat kat tengah-tengah punya you punya shelter ni. Itu je saya nampak. Yang lain tu tak nampak.
Interconnected lah.
Yang ni pun tapi yang ni ada kemungkinan ni pun ada juga. Ini Sikin. Yang ni pun kemungkinan juga. Kemungkinan juga.
Dia connected dengan tea house
Tea house lepas tu dia runs right in the middle of this pond. Dah habis.
Okay.
Wow, seronok tu. I see man, you know me. Saya seronok tengok you punya design.
Okay.
Dan sebagainya
And then
tu.
after Cik Din sketch on your plan tu, you nampak kan the difference between yang top punya and then your latest punya tu. Nampak the excitement is there. Let it be organic sikit, tapi you can have some organic shade, but all the organic shade, all the item design element tu is still have an order. Masih ada dia punya kan, dia punya tu lah yang pocket point lah apa garisan itu semua. Design element is there walaupun kita ada organic.
Okay. I get it.
So you can see the difference.
You ada talent ni. Siapa dia? You ada talent ni dari segi drawing ni. Sekarang is to develop you punya design
technical skill.
Design skill pula.
Thank you Cik Dan.
Cik Din Chonting tu dah nampak excitement is there.
Thank you.
Yang atas tu kerah kejung sikit kan?
Atas.
Okay. You have two schematic plan kan, yang bawah tu
atas dengan bawah.
More excited, there's more excitement. Yang atas tu dia kerah sikit. Kerah ni tak nak lah. Okay. Dr. Tin, shall we?
Saya tengok seronok. Okay, alright.
Bukan seronok ni. Dr. Tin memang macam tu. Once dia dah suka dengan layout tu, nanti mesti macam nak conteng bagi sudah.
Tapi saya I like dia punya drawing lah. I like dia punya technique drawing.
Yes.
I like that one.
Once we look at it, we can see the design flair is there.
Yeah.
Okay, madam. Thank you, madam.
We hope to see your improvement on the plan, okay? And then hopefully your plan will be more excited, more excitement inside.
Yes.
Isfar. Hello.
Yes.
Where have you been? You left the room. I can see the door. Hear the door being closed.
Okay. Oh, that one is Madam Ijah. I'm sorry. Swinging because the room is really small.
Can you see what Azhar has done and what I and Dr. Madam Shikin has advised, how the plan can be further developed into something a bit more, more elegant, more appealing, more exciting, more flamboyant, more elegant, something like that. But you do something very, very simple. You see the spaces, the spaces are the type of spaces is already there, same as what you have Isfar, right?
Yes.
And the organization is also slightly a bit different, but I've advised him to restructure the organization of the spaces that he had, and maybe some of the curves here and there to be a bit more refined. Then you get your then you get that nice painting, that nice artwork. I hate to use the artwork, but yeah, something like that. It's fun.
Yeah, like just make something more interesting. That's what I understand. Like something more.
No, don't.
Yes.
Look, everything can be made interesting, but I want some elegance, in the work. I want that one.
Yeah.
Everyone can be interesting. Like I said, if you want to be interesting, you can just simply leave your room without any clothes on. People will be interested in you.
Yeah, of course.
But is that the kind of interest you want to attract? No. You want to attract people's interest. You're still fully clothed, but they said, "Wow, Isfar, you look so elegant today. What's so different? It's the way you wear the shoe, the color that you wear, that you've chosen for your clothes, for example. That's what you want. You see,
Yeah.
elegance and interesting are two different things. Elegance is something that all people can find. Wow, something nice, but we don't know what makes it nice. You know?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
All right. Okay.
That we have to, I think, figure out.
Oh,
Like
yes,
what?
yes, yes, definitely. You see, I and Madam Siki and Dr. Anna, we don't just simply talk. We try to show you what we mean by doing all these sketches for you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Can we have another student now?
Chetin, madam,
Yeah.
may I go through my work?
Okay. Where are you?
I'm under work-based Chetin, the first and of the second row.
What frame number?
7.
Seven. All right. Okay. All right.
Alright, okay, may I start?
Yep.
Okay, for
Ming Hui.
this, for my work, I draw the conceptual plan. The first conceptual plan I think I did it wrongly, so I do it again. For this, I did 3 choices and I choose the second one because I think the second one is more comfortable and more neatly.
Okay.
Then from this choice, I do it schematic plan. In this schematic plan, this is my interest here. Interest here, maybe I will, because my title is about having a rosary breast, so means that in my plan, I will use most of the beautiful color, a variety of color. So this interest, I think I will do it like this. Maybe this is the basic idea. Then I will this beside this interest, I will do it hedge here, this hedge, and this is
Okay.
the foot massage stone. So when I rest, I can go here, massage like that, and behind here is the hedge also. And this is the swimming pool. Beside the swimming pool, I have also the shower, and this is the scrub and the stone. This is the tree. The tree is, I will use this idea, the blooming tree with beautiful with variety of color. And this is lawn. This is the hanging chair. Hanging chair is this.
Yeah, I know. What is it?
Yeah.
You can see
And this
many
is
furniture
my,
store in Malaysia now.
and this is the shelter. A shelter, I put it in the bottom here, and beside the shelter is the wood floor, like this, so I
You
can
see?
walk with
Okay.
this
All right.
in here.
Okay. Thank you very much. Ming Hui, this is another advice. This is another thing I like to share with all of you students, please. You see, when you present, I think Madam Siki also would agree with me. Don't talk about what we can see.
Talk about
This is a
something that we don't understand.
this is a shelter. I place it at the corner. This is a swimming pool. This is for swimming. I place it at the corner. And don't talk about that. This everyone can know. We want to know the idea, the reasoning, the justification, why they are there.
Okay.
Because these are things we cannot see. I cannot read your mind. So you have wasted 2 or 3 minutes of your time by talking something which is obvious.
Yeah.
Like, for example, when no, never mind. I don't want to use another silly joke example. But that's what it should be. So you see, I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out because you have not explained it to me. What was the reason? What was the principle, or what is the idea behind the space making exercise in terms of the shape that you've chosen, and in terms of the organization of all the various spaces that you have done? That's what we want to know, because that is something that is going to be different with one student and with the other, right? And that's what we want to know, and that's something that you have not told us. which for me, that if you had presented that way, then I'll be very, very interested to see. Ah, yes. But if you tell me this is a swimming pool, yes, I know that swimming pool. It's a shelter, yes, okay. There's a fountain, yes, I know. For example, the fountain, why is it a circle and why is it there? The shelter, why is it a square, not a rectangle, for example, that 3 by 2.5, and why is it at the corner? Things like that. These are, okay, I'll stop talking. Okay, Chef.
Okay. I have something to highlight.
Okay.
Okay. The placing or the placement. First, in terms of technical, your swimming pool seems a bit small, very small.
Very small. It's not even a swimming
What
pool.
is the size? That one is very small. The wakaf size is 5 meter times 5 meter, is it?
Which one?
The shelter, the shelter, the size of the shelter is
2.5 times 3 or 3
3
times
times
okay, 3 times 3. Okay. Your shelter is 3 times 3, but your swimming pool is smaller than that. So how are you going to swim? That is one technical lah. Okay, I leave this question to you so that you can think. Okay, whenever you put the items or the elements, the landscape element inside your design, you have to think of how people use it. Okay, that is one thing. Technical. Okay. Even though nak sentuh pasal technical is quite early, but I have to sebab I tak boleh tengok benda tu kat situ.
Okay, tak apa. Ini yang practicing landscape teknik, dia tak tahan tengok.
Tak tahan. Another thing is the shower. The shower, you put it right in front of the entrance. Okay, think about what if your friend is coming, tapi tu you tengah shower. Kan, shower normally we put at somewhere hidden. Unless it's a showcase shower. So shower, you have the shower next to the swimming pool. What if
my
you put
idea
it
is like
somewhere?
the door of the shelter maybe is here, but the door of the the door of the shower is here. So I think it is no face to the shelter. Yeah.
But normally when we do a small landscape design, a shower is an open shower like the swimming pool, the public swimming pool. So you use the landscape element to cover your shower. Faham tak? Macam if let's say you go to Bali, to Indonesia, those resort, right? They don't really cover the shower. They open it, but they camouflage it with planting. Fountain. You have one fountain ke waterfall at your right hand side. Okay.
This is like a scenery.
Probably you have to think back ni, dekat ni, you have many waterfall. Why does it have to be very small over there? Dia duduk hujung kat situ. So what if you make it part of the swimming pool?
Yes.
The mini waterfall combined with the pool. What if your pool, tu, cik dia dah lukis dah, cik dia pun geram.
This is your swimming pool.
Yang
This
tengok
is your
kan,
waterfall.
dia nak buat. Okay, what is, your waterfall you combine with the swimming pool, okay, and your pool become a lap pool. Do you understand what lap pool is? Okay, lap pool is what Dr. Dane is drawing now.
Something you boleh swim kan? You can swim kan? You boleh swim, dah. Lepas
You
patah
can
balik, you can
swim
swim,
and then
dah.
patah balik. That is lap pool. Lap pool normally is linear. Okay, this is technical lah. In practice, we call it lap pool. Okay. You try to compare what Dr. Dane draw with what you have drawn before. Cuba tengok dia punya perbezaan. This is for you to think lah. We just give you an idea. We create your design, but it's up to you to think back. Okay. So if let's say dia punya lap pool tu setentang, dia punya tu opposite the shelter, and then the waterfall is right in front of your shelter. What do you feel? Rasa macam best kan?
Boleh juga kan?
And then on this side, probably you have some decking so that if let's say you want to you swim with your friend, this is the pool deck. So you can do the sun bath over there. This is an idea lah for you to think. It's up to you to take our idea ke, nak apa ke. This become part of your ni. Mungkin you have some pool lounge kan for sun bath or something. Think about it. And then I take a look at most of the student, they tend to use the fountain. Semua nak ada fountain. So again, you have to think of, is it necessary to have a fountain? In landscape design, it doesn't mean that you have a small garden, you have to have the fountain. So bila kita ada air sana, ada air sini, we have a lots of water element and it's scattered everywhere. We tend to lose the focal point. Okay, fountain normally dia sebagai focal. Okay, that's why in English garden, dekat Renaissance apa semua dulu, ataupun English garden, yang park belong to the European country semua kan, they use the water fountain as a focal element. So if let's say, you have a small garden, so you think back, is it necessary to have the fountain? Or the fountain you can combine it with the swimming pool again. So this is for you to think. Macam tu. Cuba tengok balik. Okay?
Okay.
Okay tak? Siapa nama your name again?
Ming Hui.
Ming Hui You think back of our point. Okay? And then
Okay, carry on.
Ya. Tak lupa dah. Okay.
But you know, but what
Really,
I like the apa tu, the one feature in apa tu. You see on this side here is hardscape, you know. It's architecture with deck and things like that.
Yes.
But on the
You
opposite
put in the
side,
corner. Cantik tu.
they have this nicely placed apa tu trees at the corner tu.
Ya, cantik.
Cantik.
Can you see? Nampak
can you see
yin and yang there.
Yeah. Can you see that?
It's just that if let's say you want to maintain the fountain, why don't you put in the center line? If let's say you want to put the fountain, but you have, and again you have to justify why do you need a fountain? This is for you to justify. If let's say you said that I memang nak ada fountain lah because I like it, because I want to do it. You can justify why do you have to have a fountain, then it's okay. But if let's say you just place the fountain just for the sake of having fountain, because normally landscape garden has fountain, that is wrong. Okay, so again, it's up for you to justify. Do you really need a fountain? Or you can have something else, a plaza, for instance. For you to do a barbecue with your friends and something, the barbecue pits, something like that. You think about it? Tapi the placement of your green and your shelter is good. You have some sort like yin and yang, hard and soft. That is good. Can you see that? The what we call that, the design.
Can you see that? Everyone.
Design principle. Design principle.
Contrast.
The line, the symmetry.
Do you know the yin? Do you know the yin and yang?
Balance.
Do you know everyone? Do you know what the yin and yang is? Do you know what the yin and yang is?
Okay, student, have you heard of yin and yang? I know one student has, I did mention and I did create with me regarding on yin and yang. Tahu tak yin and yang? Yin and yang ni one of the ni tahu, the famous principle in landscape garden tau. So the question is, do you know what is yin and yang? I think most of the Chinese know, but Malay I'm not sure.
No, teacher, I don't know.
Okay, Google this.
But in our first year,
This is yin and yang.
Something like that. It's the hard and the soft, water and apa? Water.
The contrast between the hard and the soft element.
Yes.
I can give you a 1 hour lecture on yin and yang philosophy.
Yes.
You see, the yin and yang. Okay, give me 2 minutes. The yin and yang. There's a black and white, isn't it? The black represents the man, and the white is the lady. But within the lady, there's a black spot,
Yes.
and within the man's part, within the young, there's a white spot.
Yes.
In other words,
Uh-huh.
in every man, there's also something which is soft in them. And for every woman, there's also something which is also hard in them. So, in other words, don't underrate the woman, and men shouldn't think they are very powerful. There's something soft. Have you seen men crying, just like ladies? Yes, you have. Have you seen a lady who's very, very strong? They work from morning until the evening, for example. And the man, if they work until morning, afternoon, they get tired. But the lady can work until first thing in the morning and then until late at night. They're so strong. So that's why the yin and yang, the philosophy is very, very powerful, very, very symbolic,
yes.
very, very meaningful. You have to look at that. But I'm not saying that you have to look in this particular project here that this representative, but it's something like that.
But it's one of the principles.
One of the things, right? So in this case, for example, this is this is the yin and this is the yang, or the other way around. I can't remember which one.
Yeah.
But yeah, so basically you've got a very simple structure actually. This one here. And this one here, right? And sorry, and this is the kind of guideline that you may have when I look at your work. When I look at your work, like that, right? And then if the circle is not a fountain, then the circle has got to be somewhere
something
there. Something like that, right? Which is something like that, right? But I think this one can be kept, lah. This one here, you can keep that one. I like the arrangement of trees, and I can imagine how wonderful is it to be sitting under the shade of trees.
Yeah.
Because
Yes,
in total
I
contrast
can
to
imagine too.
yeah, nice, right? And then if you have the fountain, you can overlook and you can look at the fountain, and also the shelter also has is totally different experience. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong to have a fountain there. It's just that you have to realign it.
I like the simplicity of the structure of your spaces. Very simple. But that's
it's good.
But this one has got to be along the lines of a kind of Japanese garden, simple but very, very, very subtle in terms of the attractiveness or the elegance. It's got something like that. So maybe have to look at that. Okay.
Okay.
Right. So in other words, when you draw that, then you can feel free to draw to locate anything along the line, this line here, along this line here, right, and along this line here. In this case, I'm taking what you have done, which is the swimming pool. I made it into a pool tadi apa ni?
Pool deck. Lap pool.
Lap pool.
Pool deck, lap pool. Lap pool.
LAPPOOL. Lap pool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. This one is okay. I think this one is okay. Having your hedges to form this. That one is okay. That one is okay.
So you think back of your shower position, and then you try to Google how people design a shower. When we talk about shower, it doesn't have to be macam ada dinding tau. It can be kalau dalam landscape, the shower can be open. But it have some sort like camouflage by the planting or something or features, something like that. Okay. You try to explore more the design of the shower.
All right.
Do lots of research. Okay, very good. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Jatin. Thank you,
We hope that it helps, the Critic. Okay. We hope that this session is sufficient for you to massage back your ni lah. All right.
All right. Thank you, madam.
Okay.
So who's going to be next?
Next,
Can I go?
can we get
Can I
somebody from my workplace?
Oh, okay.
That's me,
Siapa? Are you from my workplace?
Suryani.
Okay.
Suryani.
Siapa dia?
Suryani. What place?
Workplace mana?
Suryani, where are you? What frame? Which frame?
Madam Shikin.
Second, okay.
Frame number?
Yeah.
The frame is not sikit. You can find easy.
Selama ni memang ada pun frame.
Frame tak keluar kan?
Sebelum ni ada juga.
Ya ke? Tapi tak nampak,
kita
tak perasan.
Ada.
Oh, see.
Tak perasan. Oh,
Okay,
ya ke?
Suryani, you are frame number 68, is it? Yes. Okay. Frame number
Okay.
68. Okay.
Right?
You
Yes.
may start.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Because my line is a
Yes,
little.
yes, we
No,
can
no,
hear
we can,
you.
we can, we can. No worries.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
we can, we can.
Okay. Okay. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
I think her line is breaking.
Mm.
Assalamualaikum.
Suryani,
Okay.
cannot hear you.
So I haven't done my schematic plan, but
Mhm.
yes. It's okay. I think you can go for the next student. My line is not really good.
All right. Okay, no worries.
Can I go?
Okay,
Please?
who's
Yes.
who's that?
What's your name?
Which work-based?
I
Huh?
Izul,
oh, Madam Shik.
work-based Madam
Yes.
Shikin.
Okay.
Okay.
Which
Frame?
frame? 66. Okay.
All right.
Okay, here I have three the conceptual. They choose memory concept conceptual plan. So for the first, I make it the shelter on the center because uh, the view for the from the aquarium garden, which is garden is here. So and the left side I can see swimming for food for children. So it better to watch them play and the left side the kat ujung ada ministry like macam garden and the right side one that to make a play to my view my art or my vision art. So
Children artwork.
next second
Your children artwork.
yes my like my
You see my children artwork.
they are they are
Oh,
ada
ada
di sini
dah ada anak dah. Okay, okay.
link
Tak faham. Okay.
okay. Second and second black the have the pond below the shelter like half half one is below the shelter and from the shelter and look the sea garden my own and the right side have the park that enjoy my exercise like play ball for me. So one is the pool swimming pool for to release uh, to make me relax relax and next the conceptual three I have interest three during that the in front of the shelter and the right shelter I have a pond and also beside pond I have a snooker table playing for me at this garden, home gym, and also have a gym for gym like me to do my exercise. And beside the home gym, have a studio for my display. That's all.
Boleh bagi Dr. Ana dan apa lah sikit respon.
I think the comment is still same macam yang tadi tu. The layout is still rigid. Nampak rigid lagi Ni siapa Izul?
Dia punya entrance kat mana? Entrance masuk kat mana? Entrance dia.
Sorry.
Dia punya apa? Dia punya tip masuk ke garden ni kat mana? Where is the entrance point?
Dekat apa lah? Ada
tak garden, the whole garden, not shelter.
Dekat
dia masuk dari mana?
Ya, arrow ada dekat luar kotak.
Mana arrow
Luar kotak, arrow luar kotak sekejap.
I think everybody is looking at
the kat mana ni?
Plan.
Which part is your entrance?
Conceptual. Dekat schematic.
Schematic, di setengah schematic.
Kalau dekat schematic kat kanan.
Kanan hujung.
Belakang hujung yang ada apa ni jalan besar kat bench tu ke? Oh, kat situ. Okay. You have the elements tapi the assignment is not there. Nampak keras lagi dia punya layout tu. Lepas tu kejap mini nursery. What are you going to do at that mini nursery?
Like my flowers,
Oh, that one we cannot. We didn't say mini nursery. Why don't you put apa dia punya term dia urban farming plot. Okay, write down.
Urban
farming plot. Farming plot.
Urban farming plot.
Yeah. Okay. Alright. And then the swimming pool pun ada something wrong sikit macam dia punya bentuk tu. And I think Dr. Din has a comment to the previous student regarding on the swimming pool shapes lah, and then the positioning of the shelter probably can be
swimming pool macam random memang letak gitu je, lepas tu shape dia tak dia the whole language of the space make tu dia tak macam in harmony tau. Bukan kena sama tapi harmony tak betul lah.
Okay, satu lagi mega tank and filter. What is that actually?
Mega tank is
mega tank
aquarium. Dia ada sebelah beside ada contoh mega tank. Dia ada office.
Okay, I tell you. You cuba pergi sebab kita buat satu projek dekat Penang dulu, IDM. Okay, swimming pool we combine with mega tank. Kita bela ikan laut dalam dekat IJM Penang. Okay, you cuba tengok how people combine the swimming pool and the swimming pool tu dia diintegrate sekali dengan mega tank tu. Tapi dia tak satu sistem, dia tidak satu sistem tapi dia berdekatan. How do we design? Nanti saya try cari balik gambar projek tu. Okay, so okay. What if something like that lah maksudnya, if let's say you have the water element, okay, you have such a small space. If you have water element you want to have the pond, you want to have the fountain and whatsoever. What if the water element, you combine it into one? If let's say you have a fountain, why don't you combine it with the swimming pool? If let's say you have the swimming pool, okay. I can see that most of the student they tend to have lots of water feature here and there. Rata ada. Unless the water feature has been designed in such a way that it looks like a stream, a rain garden. Okay, write down rain garden and try to search in internet what rain garden is all about. A swale, SWALE. Okay, if let's say you have that, macam kita ada anak sungai, lepas tu pergi yang paling besar sekali ada swimming pool, something like that. Okay, cuba combinekan all the water feature into one because you have such a small space. Okay, and then a mega tank tu dengan swimming pool, try to design to incorporate that both. System is different tau. Swimming pool, they have a different system. The use of water is a chlorinated water, is different. While mega tank, they use biofilter water in which they guna air yang ikan boleh hidup kan. But it can be combined, yes, fresh water. It can be combined or it can be sit next side by side, boleh. Okay, this is an idea. You think about it. And then the excitement of your design. Keras semua tegak je kan. What if you tengok sikit cara nak design tu, tak ada pokok satu lagi, pokok tak ada, habis mati ikan. Kenapa ikan tu tak tahu ikan apa hidup dalam tu. Okay.
Lepas tu dia punya sitting area semua expose to the sun lah. Tak selesa.
And then the sitting area.
Lepas tu yang lepas tempat duduk yang sebelah kiri shelter tu, dia macam
isolated.
Dia tak respon kepada curve yang swimming pool ataupun pada shelter tu. Dia macam like no man's land lah.
Betul, dia macam okay, when you have a shelter, you already have the bench kan. So is it necessary to have independent sitting area? Unless bench yang kat depan tu, that is logic. Tapi the independent sitting tu, unless macam tempat tu adalah the lawn where you put your chairs, table and chair macam yang perkahwinan kat taman tu kan, dia letak kursi-kursi yang boleh lipat balik simpan tu kan. Okay, another thing is swimming pool. When you have a swimming pool, you cannot have dia punya deck tu, tempat kita nak terjun ke dalam swimming pool tu, pebbles like that. Because if let's say you have a pebble macam tu, kalau swimming pool dalam tu concrete, nanti tanah penuh dalam swimming pool tu. Effect from your kaki lah kan, kaki kita potong masuk dalam swimming pool. Kecuali unless the swimming pool concept is the natural pond concept like what we have in Bali, in apa semua, in resort kan, macam tu. And when we talk about swimming pool, it doesn't have to be a rigid swimming pool yang selalu kita tengok dekat kat hotel apa semua. It can be a shapes of macam kolam kolam ikan, macam kolam yang ada batu-batu tu, natural shapes, macam tu. So try to combine that too. Macam tu. Cuba.
Yang pool yang kat
the trees as well.
Dia contoh ni boleh madam.
Mana yang saya bagi ke?
Yang dekat belah saya ni.
Oh, yang your sample kan. I'm looking at your ni sample juga ni tank. Besar kan. Nampak jadi macam show and showcase kan. Cuba tengok INP ni.
Saya mention pasal combine kan swimming pool dengan apa tu? Mega tank tu.
Mega tank.
Boleh je you letak macam swimming pool tu macam kat luar-luar ni tempat you swim. Tapi dia ada
ikan.
You boleh tengok ikan. Lepas tu ada lagi punya decking kat sini.
Lepas tu, the idea is that if let's say you have the mega tank next to your swimming pool, bila kita kita selam, kita buka mata kan, nampak ikan-ikan lalu sebelah kaca aquarium tu. This is an idea lah, you think about it. Kalau mungkin you kata tak nak lah, Madam Ciki ni pandai, orang nak asingkan. Oh, it's up to you lah, tengoklah.
Tapi saya rasa Izul, the main concern or the main issue that I think yang kita nampak kat sini form. Saya rasa form tu tadi Madam Ciki sebut is very rigid. And dia nampak you have the main thing in the middle. Lepas tu yang lain tu macam this side yang tepi-tepi ni nampak macam you macam tak tahu nak buat apa. Okay, main letak je lah.
Dia macam main letak-letak je tau. Tak mau macam tu.
Macam tambah-tambah space, you just fill in the space with whatever. So dia nampak macam it's not well thought of. Ada some of the spaces here. Dia macam overshadow by your main elements.
Betul. Yeah. The thing is, when I'm looking at your photos, nampak it looks great. Nampak cantik ni yang foto ni, pond especially. Nampak tak pond? This is what I mentioned to you. The pond is the natural pond tu, bagilah nampak natural. Bagi nampak tu dia ada macam stepping tu, tunjuk lukis. The graphic have to be ni lah. Nampak kan dekat you punya pond punya sampel kan nampak ada macam organic form, lepas tu ada planta macam tu kan. Okay, cuba tengok gambar tu, just imagine, try to implement sebab dia gambar cantik tapi bila masuk dalam plan ni dia tak jadi. Macam tu. Cuba. Okay, what if you have the shelter and then you extend the shelter punya as the timber decking you add lah to the swimming pool organic tu. So your intention is to have an organic swimming pool kan, like what you have in the photo, betul tak? Because when I look at the photo, I can imagine in plan how it will look like, tapi dia tak ada di dalam plan tu. Faham eh? Elemen you ada tapi susunan tu you kena tengok baik. So gambar ni looking at the photo ni, I understand what are you trying to do, tapi dalam plan dia tak jadi.
Saya nak tambah berkaitan dengan shelter tu. Saya perasan, I think I noticed a lot of the students did put the shelter in, but they didn't mention what it, but the additional that serves a certain function. Contohnya macam tea house tadi, and I think a few others that I saw today. So it seems like you just put the shelter because it was a requirement. What the function of the shelter is. So bear in mind that the shelter can be anything. It can small cafe, it can be a mini outdoor library, it can be anything as long as it is a sheltered structure. Okay, so you don't need to provide any additional structure to serve a different purpose. With you don't tell us what the actual original shelter is for.
Maybe the mega tank could be part of the whole shelter. The mega tank.
Yes.
Okay.
Because otherwise, all the plants dia akan ada one shelter and then ada another gazebo. One shelter and then few other tea house, and one shelter and then another cafe. But we are not told what the shelter is for, the function of the shelter. Okay, ada lagi Izul? Ramai ni yang tanya.
Dia apa ni Izul? I think the three of us agree that there is no, somehow the space are not talking to each other though. Because there's so many shapes apa tau in nowadays. Rather random ataupun rather ad hoc tau. Itu tak seronok tu. Tak selesa lah saya tengok kan macam yang lain tu. So saya cadang kepada you, cara pendekatan yang the easiest is to have one element somewhere that can help to dictate and influence the how the other spaces are going to be talking to that element tu. Kena ada.
Faham tak?
When I draw with other dari yang swimming pool tadi tu kan, yang tadi siapa punya drawing apa tu. Yang cantik dia punya drafting itu kan. See that swimming pool, the location of it, the line of the swimming pool that are drawn at imaginary structure pun, it helps to create spaces. But here the only thing that I can see is quite quite boring lah. Dia apa tu? Maaf kata ni. Ini je nampak tau. Ini saja nampak. Sorry. Ini,
okay, ada jumpa dah mega tank punya projek ni dalam FB. Kita share lah untuk. Okay, ada buat dulu.
Yang saya nampak yang ni je tau. Itu yang tak seronok tu. Tak ada apa lah. Dia faham tak ni? Faham kan sebab nampak macam ni ada ke, lepas ni ada ke, ni lepas tu yang seorang tu macam very random ni. Macam tak nak buat apa. Lepas tu kursi letak tepi dia macam tak faham kita kat Malaysia tau. Panas ni. Kalau petang pun ada 4 petang macam ni sekarang. Panas ni. Oh. Okay. Tapi I think you should learn from what from the other students yang comment tu.
Okay.
Alright. Ada again?
Apa dia?
Yang ini nak share, ada?
Ada. Nanti I put the group. I dah jumpa dah. Dulu gambar projek. Dia kita combine situ dengan mega tank.
Okay.
I'm excited to show to you, but ni adalah satu projek yang pelik juga.
Okay.
So when you talk about mega tank, it's all about.
Salt water medium.
Salt water. Dalam tu kita ada ikan parung, And then next to it is swimming pool. Jadi kita berenang, kita berasa macam berenang dalam apa bersama ikan, tapi sebenarnya tak. Mega tank is mega tank.
Okay.
Okay, we have one five student.
Can Mirza go?
Okay. Which group?
Work-based Madam Hana.
Number?
Okay. First row.
Frame.
Frame 76. Yes.
76 Madam Hana nya.
Yang first kali. Atas, zone Z.
Okay, alright.
Okay. Assalamualaikum and good evening to Cik Den, Madam Hana and Madam Shikin. So, I will jump to the schematic plan. I have 2 schematic plan based on, and my conceptual have 3. For schematic plan, I choose the number 1 schematic plan, but after I go through all the grid session for the student, I want to make some changes. So this is the entrance, and at the center is a big tree, which underneath that there was a circle pavement, and at the left side I have a shelter for the relaxing place, and I also have a small field for me to exercise a little bit. And at the corner, at the right side, I have a small garden, and I will connect it with a small fish pond here, and build a piato in front of the fish pond. So when I sit there, I can relaxing my mind while watching the fish swimming. And here is a BBQ shelter that I create based on kitchen cabin, which is located near my place. And there is a pergola to connect the shelter and the piato. I think that's all. Thank you.
Okay, let me respond very quickly to your, because you are the first who have a tree to be the central figure in your design. So my obvious question will be, what's so special about this tree that deserves it to be centrally located?
The tree, I'm not decided what species.
Mana boleh.
Wait.
Kalau you kata wakak, you kata something,
I have
near
my place. There was a one tree, but I'm not sure what kind of.
Okay, whatever the name is, katalah. But what's so special about the tree? What's so special about a tree? And what's so special about the tree that you have here? That justifies a location in the center. Macam kat dekat rumah Melayu lama, dia ada dia panggil tiang seri tau. Di tengah-tengah rumah ibu dia tu. Tengah-tengah rumah tu. Dia panggil tiang seri. Ada macam-macam mana tiang seri tu. Besar ukiran dia ke atau whatever it is. Tapi di sini ni, in here you got a tree. So what's so special about that tree? That it justifies it to be located in the middle. That's my first question about the tree. And then secondly, how is the tree, or how has the tree, right, either by its height, form, spiritual quality, symbolic quality, colors, size, for example, influenced the elements around it, for example. So there are 2 questions. Answer the first question.
So the tree itself is a very big tree, so that it can be a shade shade,
Okay. Yeah,
shade
but
place.
there's so many big trees.
No, the other one is medium tree
No.
size.
I'm talking about
Oh,
a
faham.
big tree is not a special tree.
The big, it can. So I need to think about it.
No, you should have thought about it before. You imagine you build a bungalow house, and then suddenly you put your barbecue area tengah-tengah rumah tu. So what's so special about the barbecue area tengah-tengah rumah tu? Right? So you must have thought that this is so important, so significant, right? That it must put in the middle of the house, in the middle of the garden. So that is one question you have not answered, because I cannot see how a tree, but it might be a very special tree, because in UK saya terbaca, I would read in one place somewhere in UK, they have identified an 800-year-old oak tree. 800 oak tree. Now, if something like that, for example, that quality, 800 old tree, and because it's so big, it's so old, all the branches and the trunk all look very, very awkward. Nampak macam orang tua dah ada macam arthritis tau, bekak-bekak apa semua tu. So special. Then I can see how the park should be designed around that oak tree in this particular garden in UK. But this is what's so special about the tree. I do not know. Right? Is it a special colored tree ke, formed special branch tree ke? I do not know. So that's one question. So, and then after that, let's say for example you have a good reason for why this tree is so special. But the only thing that I can see how the tree has able to influence the space around it. For example, yang saya nampak yang ini saja. Ini saja saya nampak yang ni. Ini saya nampak. Tapi yang lain saya tak nampak macam wakaf ni. Why is it there? Why can't the wakaf be there, for example? I cannot see it. Why is wakaf is here? And then why is this thing here? And why the entrance is there? Why can't the entrance, for example, assuming that this is going to be a line there, why can't the entrance be there? Or why can't this particular turf area ni be like that? You know?
Yes.
So these are the questions from here. I cannot see why. What is this? How is this space created in response to this tree here? So there's a lot of uncertainty in what you're doing ni. Okay, that's my quick response lah to this design here. Yang lain? Dia kata macam dia tawar sikit tau. It's a bit stale. Dia tawar sikit. Dia ada pemanis dia tu.
Dia probably, sekejap saya tengah duk visualize macam mana cara nak tu. Ya, dia macam letak-letak gitu je kan. Tapi, but if let's say, the connection tu, maksudnya macam walkway connection kan, dia punya pattern of walkway ke apa, it can connect those spaces. Cuba tengok, tapi yang sebelah atas tu, sebelah kanan atas tu macam pelik sikit lah. Yang sebelah kanan atas tu pelik sikit sebab it goes nowhere, it goes to the apa dia yang belah atas tu? Tu.
A small
Elok
garden.
What's that?
A small garden.
Huh?
Small garden.
Small garden. Tu dia small garden nak buat apa dalam tu?
Dia banyak leftover spaces lah.
That's why. Dia sama macam sebelum ni juga ni, Tana. Sama macam yang sebelum ni tadi juga. Ini minta maaf ya, saya nampak mungkin Sikin may agree with me tau, Sikin ya, kalau kan kita tengok yang apa yang dibuat oleh siapa ni, yang ni dengan yang sebelum tadi kan, dia nampak macam taman-taman yang kat sekolah tau.
Ya.
Ada cikgu yang jaga boleh, dia letak ini bawah semua tu.
Maksudnya unplanned. Dia okey nak letak ni lah, letak satu. Letak ni lah, dia jadi macam-macam lah.
Tadi macam-macam.
Jadi macam
we don't want that lah. Tak mau lah macam tu. We don't want to be like that.
For the how about my schematic plan 2?
Schematic plan blue. Sekejap ya.
Schematic.
Mana yang atas ya?
Bawah dia.
Tak, sebab dalam skematik tu nampak okey.
Hmm.
Skematik tu dia nampak macam ada connection. Especially yang bawah tu kan, yang bawah.
Bawah tu ada sedikit je.
Ya.
Tapi
Bawah tu ada sikit lah.
Ada sedikit saja.
Okay, the one below, kan, you have submitted 3 schematic conceptual plan.
3.
Yang tu, Azhar. Okay, yang tu dia nampak macam ada tu sikit. Adalah, nampak well organised in terms of the schematic, the conceptual plan lah. But it comes to the, bukan schematic, yang conceptual plan. Okay, sorry. Dia nampak yang bawah tu nampak okay. Tapi when comes to schematic plan, dia tak jadi. Mana nak cakap
Faham.
Cuba tengok balik ke kedudukan. Okay, schematic plan you have produced 2 kan. Okay, yang ni pun something wrong juga. Sekejap. Dia sebenarnya
yang 3 ni tak ada pula special tree dia tu. Hilang pula tiba-tiba.
Dia tengok. Tak, sebab tak adalah kata semua the orientation and the placement of the your elements tu salah, tapi you have to start from the scratch, yang mana you gunakan lines apa semua tahu untuk letak kat mana titik focal. Macam yang Dr. Din duk contoh-contoh tadi tu, line okey di sini tegak ni jumpa satu focal. Okay, lepas tu and then we create another space using the box, the apa semua tu. Yang tu lah, peletakan tu dia sebenarnya well organized tau. Sebab kita kalau practice pun, even I'm doing the design dekat dalam office ni, memang saya buat design. Madam Ijah dia management sebenarnya. Dia tak buat design. Okay, when we do a design, we start from lines. And then we start to put the round shape dekat mana. Tu memang start dia memang yang tu. Susah betul nak mengajar virtual ni, kesian budak-budak tak faham. Rasa macam geram je, macam kalau ada depan mata senang. Macam nak tunjuk.
Kalau depan mata kita ada marker, siap drawing dia tu ya.
Itulah, ada siap conteng siap tengah nak buat ya. Dah siap. Okay.
Tapi saya rasa macam ni, I think the things that we have advised and drawn in some of the friends drawing, I think they should be able to get an idea already sebenarnya.
Saya nak conteng ni, tapi my row in my PC still cannot be accessed. I'm using handphone, so tak boleh nak conteng. But never mind. Boleh macam ni.
Contoh macam ni lah, contoh macam ni very quickly yang saya nampak very quickly, contoh macam ni macam yang ni line ni, yang ni kan, I can see this line here running this way here. Contoh macam apa saya masukkan. So at least kawan-kawan the entrance into this particular space ni should be there kan?
Yes.
Kan that's what that thing is supposed to be. Kan dia masuk kat sini. Betul tak? Okay? Then maybe kemungkinan saya gunakan ni apa ni?
Entrance.
Then the entrance could be another line that cuts through this way. Kan? Contohnya. Then you have to organize you punya shelter ni, ada shelter tengah-tengah ni ke, ataupun shelter letak tepi-tepi dia betul-betul sebelah line tu, whatever it is. Ini sebelah ni ada apa ni? Ini shelter lepas sebelah ni ada apa?
That's a piatto and barbecue grill. Yes.
Apa?
Piatto.
Piatto benda lah, saya tak
Yeah. I think piatto.
Okay. Something like that lah maksud saya, for example.
Bukan.
Yang ni apa ni? Yang apa lawn area ni apa sebenarnya ni? What is it for?
Field. Mini field.
Untuk apa, main bola?
Exercise or something.
Yalah, nak dapatkan struktur tu, yalah senang saya nak buat macam tu lah, but to get the structure tu,
Tapi saya nak tanya, siapa ni tadi?
Mirza.
Mirza, yang you punya apa ni, decking ke apa ni yang kat tengah-tengah tu, kenapa shape dia macam tu ya?
Itu silap buat.
Janganlah macam tu.
Sebab tak, irregular punya form, dia ada cara dia buat irregular punya form, tapi still kena start dengan line. So then the rest of your apa positioning pun semua dia kena mesti kena lah. Itu
Tak,
kalau
apa
kita nampak
ni,
macam tu.
sekejap. Yang nombor dua tu, yang we talking about the second one Okay, dia boleh sebenarnya kalau dia nak kembang ke deck tu, dia kembang ke, dia potong, cut into pieces or something. But we have to have an order. Dia kena ada order tau. Kalau kita nak terpotong macam tu. Ada je decking yang ada sengit, ada kembang, we call it so called macam decon apa ni Dr. Din, deconstructive apa nama masa architecture dulu lupa decon. Okay, that is decon concept tau. Dia tak square, dia tak bulat, dia tak round. It out of the apa tu the apa tu normal shape tu. We call it decon.
Decon?
Decon, D-C-O-N, deconstruction.
Kalau you Google tu tak ada masalah, dah boleh dapat tu.
Kalau Google ada. Okay, when you look at decon, the shape is very odd. Boleh, tapi but again, even if decon, it still have an order. They masih ada order because we as a designer, when we start to plan something, we have to base on an order. Mesti ada order. The design element order, the placement, the space articulation, semua ada. Kita kena start dengan ada order. Bukan main letak-letak je. Okay, but now the direction is we going for schematic number 1 ke number 2?
Pulang pada dia lah, kita cadang.
Pulang pada dia.
I think decision the student must make decision. But the marker kita bagi is actually they know that this is decision that you made, whether it's going to be, of course it's not going to be a wrong decision. Is it going to be is it a better or not that good a decision based on what
probably you have to think about that.
Kena fikir lah, kena fikir.
You think. Okay, which one is better? Cuba tengok. And when you place a plaza or something, it doesn't have to be square round tau. It can be decon, macam yang atas tu. Dia boleh jadi 3 segi, ada boleh kembang sikit. It doesn't matter. Boleh je sebenarnya, tak ada masalah pun. But you have to justify lah.
Understand.
Okay.
Cuba tengok. Sekejap nak tengok images, the one that you submitted tu. Okay. Siapa nama? What's your name again? Mirza. Cuba tengok the building. Kan? The building, the green building. Tu Mirza. Nampak tak? That is one of the decon shape lah. Nampak tak bentuk dia macam tu? Your plaza can be that shape too. It doesn't have to be square. It doesn't have to be rectangular. It doesn't have to be round. It can be that kind of shape. Dia kembang atas, kecil, bawah semua tau. It can. But you have to have an order. Masa you place benda tu mesti ada aturan dia. Masa macam mana you nak bentuk dia, lepas tu macam mana nak kembangkan dia. Cakap.
Faham.
So that is one of the decon punya bentuk. Yang bawah tu out sikit daripada decon. Nampak tak? Tu Miza. Okay. When you look at the architectural punya shape, okay, kita memang buat landscape tapi when comes to shelter, the pavilion is part of our scope of work. Okay, when you start to put your the vertical element, it have to have one language as well. Cuba tengok yang atas dengan yang bawah tu, the pergola and the atas tu apa? Shelter. It doesn't jive in terms of the design. Nampak tak? Dia tak masuk. Okay, tapi the shelter and the the walkway with the stepping stone ni, dia masuk. Nampak tak? Dia sama skim. Faham tak maksudnya?
Nampak.
Dia sama ni. Ini sangat-sangat harmoni. Tapi bila dia masuk kat bawah ni tak kena. Boleh nampak kan?
Boleh nampak.
Macam tu. Cuba tengok balik.
Nanti saya tengok balik.
Tengok balik bentuk dia apa semua. hak bawah-bawah tu okey pula. Shelter tu ada pergola, yang sebelah kiri tu okey. Yang shelter bawah daripada stepping stone tu okey, tapi sebelah kanan shelter tu macam tak kena untuk dia.
Sebelah.
Tu hak yang tadi tu lah, the one that we talk about tu yang ada lampu-lampu ni, shelter ni tak kena. Tapi yang ni, ni masuk design dia. Cuba tengok, dia kena tengok dan ada rasa lah masuk tidak ke macam mana. Tapi point dengan hak bawah tu tak masuk pula dengan design tu. Tapi depend on macam mana you combine. Tapi tak apalah, we work on 2D dulu kan. 3D tu later, tapi they have to have ni lah. You have to have that design sense jugalah untuk ni. Okay. So, okay ke? Dr. Din tengah contoh lagi.
Ada design untuk dia.
So, while Dr. Din is sketching something, so I give you that input lah. When you design a vertical element, take a look at the design as well. The design must jive. Mesti masuk. Yang ni tak masuk lah Miza.
Okay. Ini saya tukar.
Cuba tengok tu you boleh fikir yang mana yang masuk dengan tidak.
Okay. Alright.
Okay, Dr. Din dah contoh tu.
Okay, kita boleh berhenti dah kot. Ataupun you want, I think kita berhenti lah kot. I think
okay. So Mirza will be the last student or we shall go for another student?
Okay, you want go another one? Okay, fine. One more.
Okay, probably yang ni siapa yang tadi kesian? Okay, who actually really need help? Yang sangat-sangat berada dalam keadaan yang sangat tertekan dan kasihan. Suryani. Okay, cry for help. Cepat.
Bukan dah tengok Suryani tadi?
Ini bukan dah ke?
line
breaking.
Oh, line tak ada. Okay. Suryani. Okay, Suryani. Suryani office saya kan?
Tak, Madam Shikin.
Okay.
Frame 68.
Okay, we assume that this will be the last student lah sebab I nak kena rush pergi meeting dekat Perdana kan.
Kita cepat sikit.
Okay.
Can I start?
Yes.
Assalamualaikum and hi. So I haven't done my schematic plan because I'm not sure about the layout that I did. But basically the tree of my conceptual plan is using a concept of shady bamboo garden. So basically the main thing that I've used for this garden is bamboo. And I think I will choose the third conceptual plan. Okay, you can go down there. Okay. So the entrance is in the left and I put the deck there. And the sitting area and the pergola, I put it in the front because I don't want when there's people coming, they won't go to my section, so I put it in the front, so they will only go there. And then the waterfall right here, I will make a waterfall using a bamboo, so that it will create a sound, the sound from the bamboo, the water drop from bamboo. And then there's a mini river that connected with the waterfall. So when the water fall from the bamboo, it will go with to the river, the mini river. And then there's a bamboo tree here, right here. So from the entrance, you can go to the bridge, and then go to my section. This big one is my section, my personal section. And then this is the deck patio, which is the shelter, and I put it beside the greenhouse because I want to, because when I see the plant in the greenhouse, it will make me calm. Okay, and then the pond right here, I put it at the back, and there's a sitting area which is I will put a hanging chair right there, so I can relax in the corner. I think when I put the sitting area at the corner, it is my personal place that will be only me, and it's a little bit tersorok. So that's it.
So what was your concept again?
Shady bamboo garden.
Shady. So you manifested that by using lots of bamboo.
Yep. The bamboo will make the garden become shady because I will use a lot of bamboo, and I choose bamboo because the meaning behind the bamboo is strength, so that whenever I feel down or burnout, I will just go to the garden and get my strength back.
But by doing what?
You have lots of water element,
yeah.
and it's everywhere. Is
There's
it going to be sort of like a swale or something?
What again?
How does it look like in terms of images? Does it look like a swale and then from the swale become a pond? How does it look like? Tak faham sangat.
The pond is actually.
Oh, yang atas tu pond and bridge tu ke?
This one.
Okay. Tapi have lots of water here and there.
You see,
how does it connect?
The mini river right here, it's like this one in the picture. Wait. Yeah, in the water fountain and mini river section in my picture.
Okay, but some of these spaces are a bit awkward because I'm still trying to see, to visualize and also to see how the word bamboo, for example, can really inspire the design or structure the design, or how can the design manifest that idea, for example. I'm still trying to figure out. Because just looking at the plan, I cannot see where the bamboo is, for example. You see, the bamboo seems to be quite insignificant, in terms of because it's happening at the sides,
Yes.
Yes.
Seciput situ, tepi-tepi.
Actually, I want to make a bamboo pond, like the first and the second conceptional.
Bamboo pond?
Like bamboo that plant in the water.
Where?
In the second and first conceptional plant. Ya, boleh.
Bamboo dalam air? Sekejap, okay.
Boleh ke bamboo dalam air?
Boleh. Kejap, ada dalam gambar dekat sebelah tu.
Itu bukan bambu dalam air.
Dalam air tu.
Itu this next to the
whatever it is.
Do you know that bamboo need a dry area?
Ya, I know. Tapi dia kira dia tanam dalam pasu lain and then dia letak dekat dalam pond tu. Dekat dalam kawasan air tu lah.
Next to the pond lah. Tu, dia bukan dalam air tau. Bamboo need a very dry area. You have to put that in mind. Bamboo need a very dry area. Okay. Dia tak macam pokok berair yang lain. Bamboo lain Tapi the photo that you show is not bamboo in the water. This one is bamboo next to the water. Di tepi air tu. Tepi air.
Surani,
you understand what you're trying to do?
Surani, I'm trying to see, I'm trying to interpret your idea about bamboo and bamboo. I think it's bamboo and water, kan? I think basically that's the two team that you're working with, isn't it? Bamboo and water, isn't it? True?
Yes.
Right. Not bamboo, shelter, whatever it is, things like that. Okay. But how is it manifested in the planner? I would have thought, okay, one thing you got the water, okay, fine. I think that's can be seen. It's a very strong element there, water, fine. But now with regards to bamboo, for example, I would have thought this is just one cadangan, only one idea. Why, for example, the moment you walk through here, you are coming through a grove of bamboo, clearly ni. First impression. Something like that.
Okay. Stop bamboo.
Yeah. And then when you cross this river here, or this river, for example, okay, You got the water. So you got bamboo here and you got water. So those two things. You see by the mere scale and presence of those two elements, which is quite big, it's already giving a big shout, about the idea of water and bamboo, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then one would have thought, because normally bamboo is kind of used in very oriental kind of landscape garden, or very oriental, like the Chinese and the Japanese. Okay. And if that were to be there, then normally if that were to be, then you see, it would be. I would have thought that you would have created something along the lines of something like that. So all along this route here, right, you would have bamboos of different species, for example, and little sitting here next to the bamboo for meditation, whatever it is you want to loosen your stress, for example, and all along this route here.
Okay.
Right, and at one point you would have a little shelter, or now it's a proper shelter here, or a tea house, if you like, or a tea house, right, which you can meditate. And in front here, just like they call it kare sansui, it's a Japanese dry garden. You can have all sand here and rocks, like a very, very meditative dry garden, Japanese garden. You know what it's like? It's a sand, lepas tu ada batu-batu sikit tau.
Tahu.
Macam tu juga. Very meditative, for example. Ataupun tengah ni there's a little fountain, small water fountain, little aja. Ada ajak kat kedai-kedai ni, little water fountain, just clean, just get apa tu. And then you sit down, you contemplate, you sujud ke whatever, you ngaji ke orang whatever, and then you move on. And all along this, for example, it's like that. You see, even now, for example, you can see the structure already. Can you see the structure already?
Okay.
Itu saja that I can say, because kita dah 351 ni.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's it.
Yeah. This is the basic.
So the river right here, do I need to just?
I think the river is fine. The one that you have. Which one? What river? This one here. This one here.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
So here you got the water, and here you got the bamboo, and that's your concept, isn't it? Bamboo and water.
All right.
Something like that. But like I said, this is just the basic character. Only basic character. Of course, you still have to work with this space here. Yeah, you still have to work with this space here. Sorry. You still have to work with this space here, this space here, and this space here, and this space here. Okay?
Okay.
Something like that. All right.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Cuba explore lagi Suryani, bagi dia macam yang apa ni Dr. Din komen tu, faham kan?
Faham.
So probably the bamboo it's bamboo ni biasa orang tanam kat dinding tau. Maksudnya dia nak stand alone dia kena banyak. Tapi kalau yang bamboo kecil tu, fishbowl bamboo, normally dia dekat dinding. So the bamboo tu dia boleh duduk cluster, tapi dia yang paling ideal kalau dalam gambar tu dia dekat dinding. And then you create some sort like a stream kan, a swale, a stream, macam tu lah. Then you arrange back. Sebab space planning tu pun nampak saya sangat erti nak komen.
Okay.
Kan tak erti nak komen.
Okay.
Okay, even here, for example, this whole, it doesn't have to be the whole orchard, for example. You can have the bamboo just kat sini aja pun cukup dah sebenarnya. From the side kita dah nampak dia tebal kan. So this can be a kind of almost like a kind of very sacred place where just a little footpath kat sini ada satu kind of structure kat sini ni, open space. Kan, something like that. And here same thing here. Only this part saja, the thickness of it, and then little footpath that cuts across the road, and then it could be a simple stone when you're sitting kat sini saja, just for apa ni, something like that.
Okay.
And all this is just simply batu ataupun rock saja, something like that. Very 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 spiritual kind of garden, because I think you're talking about a kind of meditative garden, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, something like that. Yes. So go look into the Japanese Kare Sansui garden, dry garden, and then you'll be able to get inspired by that.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, guys, it's 4 o'clock, almost 5 minutes. So Shikit, I got to run for her meeting. I think we are about.
Yes, yes. Okay. So thank you, everyone. Can the students just stay for a little while?
Yes.
Okay. So basically what Cik Din dengan Madam Shikin kalau nak keluar pun tak apa, saya nak minta feedback je.
Okay.
Okay.
But before I leave ni, apa ni yang 4 students tu, Anna, saya dah go 4 tapi kita lagi yap, tapi saya tengok ada 4 nama tu, so I may have done them before tau. So mungkin 2 kali I evaluate nama dia orang selain pada yap tadi tu.
Oh, okay. So I'll take the second one lah.
Okay. And then the other thing, when I look at the second project, the 3D, when I open to Google or even to the Google, it's only certain names saja, only about 13 names appear.
Yes, that's why I said, because the rest is in e-learning.
E-learning.
Yes.
And e-learning to download, wow, it takes so long.
Yes. Kena download one by one.
Okay, thanks. Alright.
Okay, cuma Cik Din, I think hari Khamis ni we might have to start studio afternoon lah kot, sebab ataupun after, sebab kita ada midterm portfolio. Kan?
Afternoon okay juga sebab media lupa. Okay.
Sebab kalau ikutkan portfolio tu sampai pukul 10:30 macam tu je, so we can start after that lah, pukul 11 ke for 1-2 hours.
Tak apalah, I think what we do, let's spend the whole morning for the portfolio lah, I think better. I think we run with that, and only after we see that. And then students can spend their time working on the schematic plan better.
Yes,
right?
yes. Okay.
So on that note, Hannah boleh apa tak prepare for the portfolio panel? Basically just do power slide je cukup dah.
Okay, nanti saya buat, nanti saya hantar dekat dalam group, Cik Din semak dulu boleh?
Okay lah, boleh lah.
Okay. Alright.
Okay. Right. Thanks.
Okay, so students, can you go back into my row? Okay, so if you look at on the left of work-based Cik Din, but on the left side, can you see I put a feedback wall? Can you see it?
Dr. Hana, saya boleh left kan?
Boleh. Saya minta students 5 minutes je. Alright, okay. So students, can you see it? The feedback wall. Okay, I think most of you are here. Okay, so what I want you to do here is, okay, so you've done basically one assignment, which is the precedent study, and then 2 space making project, right? You did the 2D and the 3D, okay? So now for this project, you are maybe, I wouldn't say halfway through, you are about a quarter way through into the landscape design project. Okay, so what I want you to do, can you please just pick a sticky note, just put a sticky note, maybe you can zoom in, okay, just zoom in or make it larger. Just post whatever you have, your thoughts, okay? The happy ones, not to say happy ones lah, I mean like the positive one, maybe something that you've learned, something you feel very good about, can you post it on the smiley face? And then if something that you think you find quite difficult to understand, something that you are still struggling with, maybe you are still struggling with some of the terms that are used by the lecturers, can you put another sticky note and put it on the right hand side, the frowning face. Okay, so I'm not going to wait for everyone to do it, but it's just something that at least we as lecturers can at least understand what you are going through. Okay, what is it that maybe we need to focus more for you. Okay, if you don't understand a certain thing, maybe we need to focus more on that. And then if you think something is good already, you can post that in the smiley column. Okay, is that understood? Can you do that?
Yes.
Okay, so with that, I think I'll just leave you to it. I think you shouldn't spend, I mean, it's up to you. If you have a lot to say, that's really up to you. You can, it's basically just for you to give feedbacks and comments and opinions maybe. Okay, and then with that, I will just leave you to do it. You can take maybe 5 minutes to just post some things on there. Okay, so thank you very much. And we will...
Doctor.
Yes.
Teacher, I have a question.
Yes.
Do we have to write our name?
You don't have to.
All right.
Yeah, it's anonymous. If you want to, you can, but you don't have to if you don't want to. Okay.
All right.
Doctor,
Yes.
today evening attendance.
It's okay. Evening tak apa.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Doctor.
Okay, so what is the what shall we prepare for the next class on Thursday? Like, what should be the target?
Okay, on Thursday, it's most likely that the class will start in the afternoon, probably at 2, because we have a midterm portfolio with the department where we will show all your works all your progress, your understanding to the whole department staff. So for Thursday, we are expecting a more refined schematic plan based on the comments that you've heard today. Okay,
Okay.
so we will go through and create the students on your schematic plan. So again, more similarly like today, but maybe we will look at some other students who did not create today. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So thank you very much. We'll see you
Jadi
on
kat
Thursday.
ni
Yeah. Who's that? Izul.
kena buat schematic lagi lah kan?
Yes. Just
Buat yang based on
yes.
tadi.
Yes.
Okay. Alright.
Okay, stick with schematic. Okay, I don't think you need to focus on anymore on conceptual. Just go straight to schematic, and we will try make sure you your form tu semua as discussed ataupun as given the comment as commented by the lecturers today lah. And then please, I want to remind you all, when you present, please first of all mention what is your like your idea or your concept, okay, behind what you did. Okay, so I noticed that some of you didn't, because you didn't put the concept. So we were trying to understand, like, okay, if you are doing minimalist, is what you are showing to us minimalist or not? Okay, that's the first thing. Mention your concept or your idea. And then I think Izul kot tadi, Izul, your labeling tu kena betul, your labeling to make sure it's straight. And if you put like arrangements of trees, you don't need to take all the trees and put labeling to all the trees. Okay, if it's clustered up, you just put there shrubs, trees, but don't take from all single one shrub. Okay, that's not how you label. Okay, and then the other thing tadi, I think I sent to my work-based punya group. What else did I mention? Okay, and justify. I think Cik Din mentioned this already. So justify why you put that there, why you put this thing here. Okay, that's all that we want to know. Okay, I noticed a lot of you presented, the way you presented is a lot. I mean it's very common because you are first year students. Okay, to me it's normal, and you don't have that presentation I would say experience, but this is just an advice for you. Okay, so when you present, please try to justify your locations and your concept, your ideas. Is that it shows sophistication when you try to tell us your design. Okay. All right. So I think that's all. So thank you very much. Assalamualaikum, and I will see you on Thursday.
Waalaikumsalam.
Thank
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you.